Once again, we are back on Boond Soch ki ttalk train of thoughts with a series of an episodes with Aditi Gupta, a strong woman leader. We have started a conversation with her on ttalk, exclusively on ttalk Boond Soch ki interesting journey from the being as for the education qualification which is concerned. She had been as an entrepreneur, and she was part of a glamorous world and again into an adventure. Ma'am, it's a great insight. So what we are getting from your story. Can you throw further lights on what are the challenges you have faced in reaching this milestone?
I think one of the biggest milestones any women faces is the mindset of the people.
Okay.
I think we really need to change that in India. We are advancing. We want to showcase that we do have equal opportunities for women, and women at any age they can become leaders. They can be mentored to become leaders. In case if we really have less women, I feel we should be mentoring them and trying to actually build that culture of women leadership within any organization or even surrounding us. So that is something which people need to change in their mindset, and that will help us to go a long way.
Okay, when you began your career many years ago, did you ever imagine that you would be a leader in a male-dominated world, and how you're going to compete with them?
So no, not at all. I always used to say to my family that I want a 9 to 5 job. I want to be in banking industry or doing something which is creative, which is marketing, and I want to be around people, but I want to go reach office at 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, wind up and come back home. So when I started my career, I saw that yes, women rush too early to going back home and managing things and all, while men were still there in office and relaxing. That is something which changed me internally. Like, why that guilt, or why that rush, or why that a burden on anyone who wants to pursue a career, who is equally educated as much as the men are there around. And that is something which internally literally broke my myth of that I can go further. So when I say, when you are saying that it is a male dominated industry, yes, it is male dominated industry, and all the industries are like that. Unfortunately, most of them are like that. And coming from banking, I would see at a higher ladder there would be lesser and lesser women. But while I was working in Times of India and Axis Bank also, I saw women leaders very closely. I had amazing women bosses, and that is something which really inspired me. That is something was one of the key turning points in my life, that when these women can actually pursue their dreams and their careers, I would also not stop my journey in reaching that level. So when it was a corporate journey, when it was an entrepreneurial journey, in fact entrepreneurial journey is much more difficult for women at times. So that is where I understood that you have to, sometimes in my TEDx also, I wish I was a man. Okay. It starts like that. I wish I was a man. And why do I wish that, right? My mom, dad didn't teach me that. Or none of our parents tell us, right, that you should have been, a man or something like that. So that is something which literally killed my thought process, and said, no, I want to be a woman, but I want to progress as much as equally along with the men as well. So I think we need to first of all embrace ourselves by being, a woman, and any gender I think can be a leader in any industry. We should stop saying male-dominated industry. That is also consciously, unconsciously impacting our thought process, or the way we look at women working around us.
Correct.
Because
but
we
Aditi,
get comfortable.
Aditi, after dad, he was into cricket. He was playing cricket, and he represented Birla. I'm sure through sports is a lot of learning, that how to compete and be part of an aggression, passion and all, how you can be firm, what kind of strategies you need to have, so all those values, culture and passion are being there in your blood, so that gives you a boost while competing at the next level.
I think every time this actually is very, close question that you have asked me. Every time I have tried to take up any journey, all I have thought is, my mom always used to tell me that life will not stop. You are educated. Please go on and pursue your dreams.
Okay.
Till date, if she knows that, okay, I'm not doing anything, she will call me and she's like, what are you doing? Okay, so she's one of the most motivating factor. With dad, unfortunately, of course, I have had lesser years because he passed away when I just graduated. But what he taught me also is one of the greatest skills of being a sportsmanship. That is being accommodative, being understanding, and taking the circumstance or the situation and analyzing it before you are trying to deal with it, or what kind of strategy it develops your mindset, it develops your thoughts, it develops how you approach a problem or on the field, if it is there.
Yeah.
And it also teaches that you have to do research and learn around the surroundings also. It cannot happen that you just enter and you're just bowling to some cricketer and that is done, or the batsman. You are still studying about that person.
Correct.
And it is applicable to all the fields that you join.
Correct.
Right? You have to research, you have to study, and that is something which he taught me. And one thing he always taught me is like, be a giver. So that is something he's like, he always used to say, he used to take my hand and he used to keep his hand on top, and he used to say, this is what you should be, the upper hand, always the giver.
Correct.
Okay. And that, I think these are the few things which are so, I think, ingrained and so much like a tattoo in my heart.
Correct.
That I stick to those principles, I stick to those values. And that is something which has motivated me throughout for taking up different roles.
I think no doubt if the target audience are watching ttalk and listening to Aditi Gupta on this show, and most of the parents who motivates their child, give them a confidence, the kind of and word of and wisdoms and the values which are being inculcated, I'm sure the base foundation of the child becomes more stronger. And also you need to be self-driven to a certain extent. Great, Aditi. I'm sure it's your dad is always there with you. I'm sure the kind of values which are there. That's the reason we could see Aditi with the title of Mrs. India Singapore and Mrs. India UK, and still a lot of passion as well, whatever you want to do in life. But tell me, what is the assignment and the achievement which gave you most satisfaction? Was it entrepreneur, intrapreneur, or being part of an Formula 4 race, or part of an education
It's difficult to actually bring out something one, but I would still say BrandWok Mrs. India UK has been one of my biggest achievement ever, and there are various reasons for that. I would like to, of course, share the story. So why beauty pageant was the day I was supposed to be
certainly I think we are going to come on. There's an entire story what we are going to cover as far as the pageant Mrs. India UK which is concerned. I'm sure this it's an interesting conversations what we are having with Aditi Gupta on this ttalk Boond Soch ki Mrs. India Singapore, Mrs. India UK, and part of an, as far as entrepreneur, intrapreneur, part of a glamorous world, and also into an adventure. I'm sure there's a lot of learning what the ttalk audience are getting out of it. Ma'am, I think thanks a lot for sharing your valuable insights and this story. I'm sure this is going to inspire a lot many ttalk audience who are watching Aditi Gupta on this show. If you like Aditi Gupta, just go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel, and catch up with her in the next episode on ttalk Boond Soch ki. Till then, thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks a lot for spending valuable time. Thank you very much.